Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. First things first, let me just say thank you to those who have took the time to listen to my recent single. It feels crazy to say that, but yeah. Thank you. If you've taken the time to listen to my latest song off of the debuting album Back to Me Volume 2, song titled The Door, aka I Did It. Thank you so much. If you haven't gotten a chance to see the video or listen to the record, the link to do that will be provided in the description below. Yeah, I just felt led to make this video about the vision behind the record. But before I get into that, y'all just bear with the aesthetic. This is gonna be a very candid video just because if you're a parent, you know sometimes you just gotta take the opportunity when you can. My son is currently napping right now, so I'm like, okay, since I got some time, let me just hop on my laptop and record this video and get it out the way. So yeah, in my mind, ideally, it's like, oh, I wanted it to be different, and when I talked about this record, I wanted it to look a certain way, but the opportunity presented itself, and I just felt it necessary on my energy and my spirit to not seize or rather seize the opportunity, not to let it pass me by. So I got a couple bullets that I jotted down on my phone that I wanted to talk about the record, and yeah, just my intention behind it, behind this album. Just a brief story to catch those up who don't know. In 2021, I released my first book titled Back to Me, which is volume 1. And that book was all about self-love, self-mastery from my experiences from a great transition in my life. And this installment, I always knew when I finished writing volume 1 that I wanted to create volume 2. And this go around, I just felt a bit more creative and expressive. And so I decided to make volume 2 an album. And it just feels so freeing. And music has always been a part of my life and within my soul and my being, and it just felt so right to do. So let's hop into some of these questions because I could ramble. But okay, the vision behind the Door video. I made this song as a declaration of self-love, confidence, and purpose in mind. And I wanted to share my voice about my experiences. Oftentimes, if you're not a stranger to any of my platforms, I'm usually in between Instagram and YouTube. Those are the two platforms that I kind of balance between the two. And oftentimes when I'm expressing myself on Instagram, it's in written form. I usually type out what I'm feeling, and I just been feeling it a bit more necessary now to vocalize my thoughts and perspective. And I feel that I know it's a part of my purpose in my legacy to be a soundboard, to listen and to speak and let my voice be heard. So each one teach one. If I feel that I have something to contribute, by all means, I'm going to do so. And like I said, this time around, it just feels a little bit more necessary to put a face and a voice with things that I felt led to share. So, next bulletin. So my tone in this song was very intentional. I didn't go into making this song trying to sing or rap, just purely wanted to speak. Yeah. When I listen back to the track, it's so interesting for those who have ever recorded themselves and listened to their voice back, or for those who are an artist or who make music, to hear your voice back for the first time. It's a little bit like kind of an outer body experience. It's like, I sound like that? I'm like, yeah, you sound like that. But when I listened and when I recorded, in the process of recording The Door, I felt very zen. I felt very focused, and I didn't go about it in a way that I wanted to try to. I didn't want to overdo anything. I just wanted to express the message and my experiences and a part of my story and who I am, really. I mean, in the hook, I did it for me. Even when my hands were shaking, even when my heart was racing, even with the odds against me, I did it for me. Even though I knew me meant we. Funny how they mean the same thing. And through it, I'm gonna let freedom ring. It's kind of honing in the fact that we all are purposeful, but it's a part of our journeys to figure out what we are solely supposed to contribute to we as a whole, as a human race, as a collective. So the hook kind of explains itself. And this is just, again, my declaration of kind of solidifying my, kind of like putting my flag down on the planet. Next is the realization of being a true artist, co-creating with the world. Yeah. When you are, finding your niche and just trying to be your most authentic self, I feel like everybody at some point in time is their own version of an artist in their own right. And I had to come to terms with the fact that it's like, come to terms and really come to owning the fact that I am truly an artist. I'm not just an author. I'm not just a producer. I'm not just a writer. I'm not just a poet. I'm not just a dancer. I'm a combination of so many things. I'm multifaceted, and the only word that I know that can not withhold, the only word that I know that can like combine all of those things is just pure artistry. So that was one of the things that I realized within making this record. It's like some things you just know to be true about yourself, but until you make that declaration outwardly, it's just a thought. It's just a dream, you know. It's just a way that you feel about yourself. And like I said, this go around, it just feels so necessary to finally express and release and showcase a bit more of myself. And I'm just feel so honored and appreciative to have journeyed through all I've journeyed through, and to get to this point, it feels right. Next bulletin says the bigger picture, the why. Again, within creating this record, I knew that this would be released, of course, and my perception about art that's released to the world is that when you release and when you co-create and then release your piece of art to the world, that it's no longer just yours. It belongs to the world now. And so in terms of the why and the bigger picture, like the lyric says in the hook of The Door, I did it for me, even though I knew me meant we. Funny how they mean the same thing. Like, I'm doing this for me. This is therapy for me. This is healing for me. This is my self-expression and my declaration. But I'm also releasing this to the world and letting it be yours and whomever needs it, because it's not just for me. It's for all of us. And if I'm meant to inspire somebody else just by expressing more of who I am, then that is my part of, you know, being that little puzzle piece to the bigger picture of the whole scheme of things. And I love it. Like, I love that for me. I love that for us, truthfully, purely, deeply, wholeheartedly. Okay. And the last bulletin says what to look forward to from volume 2 and how it correlates to volume 1. Ooh, so excited, y'all. I cannot. I'm so excited to release this album. Like, it's gonna make so much more sense of what I just talked about in the previous bulletin about, you know, the bigger picture and the we perspective of this project. I can't give away too much just because I don't want to give away the sauce of what I'm doing. But if you've purchased a copy of my book, Back to Me Volume 1, you will know that a part of the book has pages within it that are meant to be engaging and interacting. It's not an interactive, it's not just a book to read. It's kind of also a journal. I'm intentionally made it that way because I wanted people to, I've always loved interactive books like that growing up. Journaling parts and sections within like an actual book, it just personalizes the experience. And so I took a bit of that concept and, let's just say, there will be ways to incorporate the we perspective more with the coming project of volume 2. So, this video is 15 minutes long. I did not know it was gonna be that long, but As you probably heard, someone is up from their nap. And I'm gonna leave it at that. If you haven't again heard the song, it is on YouTube. The video is on YouTube. I will link all of that in the description. The audio version is available now on SoundCloud. I will also link that in the description. And do me a solid, like this video, and more peace to you always. Thank you, thank you, thank you for taking the time to invest in a little girl's dream. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. And I will see y'all again in the next one.